Hello, it's Miss Mastroflippo. Today I will be guiding you through the who, what, when, where, and why of project-based learning. Project-based learning is a teaching method in which students gain knowledge and skills by working for an extended period of time to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex question, problem, or challenge. Now that we've covered the what, let's talk about the why. Project-based learning captures students' attention with real-world problems. Through these projects, students learn content while gaining important life skills through the process. Students develop better communication skills through presentations and gain collaboration skills through group activities. They also develop 21st century life skills through hands-on tasks. One of my favorite whys is PBL's increased student engagement. Student engagement makes for better learning and retention. Who is project-based learning for? It is a common mistake to think that PBLs are just for upper grades, but this is not the case. Project-based learning is for any student at all grade levels. PBLs also really benefit at-risk students who struggle with regular classroom learning. The main difference between project-based learning and traditional teaching is that PBLs are student-centered. The teacher's role is to no longer stand in front of the class lecturing, but to create a well-designed project for students to learn with their team members. Teachers must also ensure students are on task in understanding the major concepts in the curriculum. PBLs take a topic and allow for deep exploration rather than moving from topic to topic through assignments and assessments. Students learn best when there is a big picture and they are allowed freedom to discover the details. Their brain can then connect the dots in a way that makes sense and is meaningful for them. Tom Markham explains how he believes PBLs support the brain. Number 1, rich experience creates dense neural networks. The brain is drawn to the complexity, multiple solutions, and collaboration PBLs have to offer. 2, neural development depends on feedback loops. The brain improves itself when it is problem solving at an appropriate difficulty level. 3, risk and failures feed the brain. Without challenge, the brain gets bored. PBLs keep students engaged because the brain is always on the hunt for the right response for a new solution. 4, integrating thinking and feeling fits with the design of the brain. The brain processes emotion and thinking together, so it is crucial for teachers to create a safe environment to see student performance. And last, the power of reflection. The brain benefits from stillness and meditation, so it enjoys the reflection components of PBLs. We can see that project-based learning is truly a brain-friendly way to teach our students. Now let's talk about how PBLs are implemented. First, we begin with a driving question that is aligned to a learning goal. After the driving question is introduced, it's time for the inquiry process where students apply learned knowledge, ask and answer critical thinking questions, and locate resources. Then students find a solution to the driving question. Students solve problems with creations, models, and presentations. And last, it's time to present. Presentations should be made available to the public, whether it be for the class, school, or community, to give the students a voice. Let's take a look at the classroom environment. Physical environment. To work on PBLs, the classroom is set up in a way where students have the opportunity to work in both groups or individually. Desks are arranged in groups so it is easy for students to work together. Students also have the option to utilize the back table, the hallway, or floor space in the classroom to spread out with their group. Sometimes students need the opportunity to break away from the group for some individual thinking. Desks, chairs, and hallway space allow for students to have their own space as well. Emotional environment. It is so important to create a safe place for students to learn, make mistakes, and be creative. In my classroom, I encourage students to always do their best. I teach them that making mistakes is okay because it is a great learning opportunity. Many times my students are reluctant to put their work on the board because they are not confident in their answers. I always encourage students to give it a shot anyway because mistakes are a learning opportunity for the entire class. Creating a classroom that accepts mistakes makes students better problem solvers. This environment allows students to not be ashamed or embarrassed to make mistakes, but realize it is just part of the learning process. Creating this kind of atmosphere allows students to analyze, problem solve, and persevere. Driving questions are one of the most important pieces in project-based learning because it is how the topic is presented. They are used to initiate exploration, spark curiosity, and pose real-world dilemmas. They are created in a way that drives students to discuss, inquire, and investigate the topic. The questions should guide students toward a production or solution. Ultimately, driving questions should create interest and a feeling of challenge for the students. It should be meaningful and interesting. Driving questions answer the question we hear so often from our students: why are we doing this? PBL and math. Real world. Project-based learning enables students to build skills for college, career, and life. They allow students to connect how math is relevant in their everyday lives. Buck Institute for Education explains that these projects allow students to solve problems and address issues that are important to them, their communities, and the world. They also go on to say that PBLs can teach students to take initiative and responsibility, build their confidence, solve problems, work in teams, communicate ideas, and manage themselves more effectively. Project-based learning is the perfect opportunity for incorporation of the 4 C's in the classroom. While working on these projects, students are using critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. Although we use all 4 in the classroom, we will be putting a focus on collaboration. Our team collaboration goals include working as a team, being flexible, and being both a leader and a follower. We want our students to be lifelong learners. Lee Shulman describes how PBLs promote lifelong learning, but the one that stood out the most to me was that PBLs teach our students to take control of their learning. This is the first step as lifelong learners. When students are excited and ready to take on a task, they will continue to gain knowledge and become active learners. PBLs give many opportunities for authentic assessment and evaluation. Edutopia spells out how project-based learning allow for teachers to systematically document students' progress and development. The ways these projects do so include allowing students to demonstrate their capabilities, apply skills, and show ability to work in teams. It also enables the teacher to learn more about the student as a person. Project-based learning provides an easier method for differentiated learning than your typical traditional classroom setting. It really allows teachers to meet the needs of all learners in a variety of different ways. Edutopia gives us 6 differentiation strategies to use with PBLs. First is differentiate through teams. Teams can be created strategically to group students based on ability level, collaboration skills, social emotional purposes, or for passion. 2, reflecting and goal setting. Reflection is an important component of project-based learning. It is an opportunity for personalized goal setting. 3, mini lessons, centers, and resources. Students can move through mini lessons or centers based on what they know and what they need to know. Voice and choice. In PBLs, students have the opportunity to choose what they produce and how they use their time. Next is differentiated through formative assessment. Students can be formally assessed in different ways when appropriate to show what they know. And last, balanced teamwork and individual work. Because some students learn better in teams, while others learn better individually, it is important to incorporate both aspects in project-based learning. Project-based learning is a great opportunity to incorporate interdisciplinary learning. PBLs enable teachers to work together to improve projects by assessing multiple disciplines and skills all at once. Interdisciplinary instruction is a great strategy to give students the right amount of challenging and relevant experiences to engage them. This aspect really contributes to the college and career readiness. Here's a quick summary of the key takeaway points. Who? Project-based learning is for all students of all grade levels. What? Project-based learning is a teaching method in which students gain knowledge and skills by working for an extended period of time to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex question, problem, or challenge. When? We use project-based learning when a topic can be presented in a way for students to dig deeper to investigate a question or problem. Where? Project-based learning is used in the classroom or other areas within the school that are set up for both group and individual thinking spaces, and in a safe environment that accepts mistakes. And the most important, Why? Project-based learning is used because student development, communication, collaboration, and 21st century skills while being fully engaged in their learning. Thank you.